Shamik.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Namah Suryaya Chandraya Mangalaya Budaya Cha Guru Shukra Shanibhyascha Rahuve Ketuve Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Inhale deeply with Va and exhale deeply with Si through Shishranadi. Follow me through first pranayam 7 times. Um, Mm. Om Kriya Babaji Namaha. Om Kriya Babaji Namaha. Om Kriya Babaji Namaha. Om Shri Guru Bhadigaya 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 Namaha. The deep channel Kriya consciousness, just to the first pranayam. Inhale deeply with Va and exhale deeply with C. Equal amounts. Precision Nadi, follow me through 7 times. the deep transcendental Kriya consciousness. Let's do the second pranayama. Inhale deeply with Va, Krishnari, and exhale deeply with Si, halfway through, 7 times. Follow me through. The deep transcendental Kriya consciousness. That's the third pranayama. Inhale deeply with Va, and exhale deeply with Si. That's not a single breath, 7 times. Follow me through. regarding this Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. Any of you want to get initiated, you can always come a little earlier, about around 5 o'clock. You can learn it from Yoga University. And again, we don't charge anything, it's only a donation. And also, when anybody wants to get the mantra for the meditation, again, you can come by 5 o'clock earlier. Thereafter, we'll start the Zoom around 5 o'clock itself. And again, anything you want to know about the basics or mechanics of the meditation, or even the pranayama techniques, you want to get initiated into this through Babaji's Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. Let me know that too. We have 3 levels of meditation. First level, we get the Bija mantra, and second level will let you know how to be sit with Babaji. Second level, of course, it will let you know how to do the Kesari Mudra and focus on the meditation. And third level will explain to you how you can sit with Babaji and do the meditation. The 3 Kriya Kundalini Pranayams will help you to basically increase your Kundalini energy and move through your Sushumna Nadi, which is your spinal cord center, to your brain, and that is Shakti and Shivam at the top in the Agna Chakra. To join the Shakti, that's a technique we are doing with the pranayam. We'll see the basics also. Eventually, the pranayam is focused on keeping the breath for a long time and with good energy. So I think Babaji wants to let all of you know, letting me a little bit of the schedule. And also, by the end of those who learned this pranayam, doing the pranayam at the end, if you have a feeling of awareness of these nadis, we have 72,000 nadis, you may get the awareness. The tube-like structure you can feel around the head and on the body. That's an indication that the prana shakti is flowing through all your body. All those nadis are completely open. The chakras are open. We will again talk about them more. And if you have any questions, of course, we can do it at the end of the satsang also. All right, with that, we have been working on prayer to the Babaji through Vishnu and Dhanvantari Maharishi to give us energy to act against COVID-19 and also remove the same from all over the world. It's going away, but still small bit of indication that it is coming up and going down. So let's again pray Dhanvantari Maharishi with the Babaji to Lord Vishnu 7 times.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalsha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailogyanadhaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalsha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailogyanadhaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailogyanadhaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailogyanadhaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailogyanadhaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Traiyoginadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailokinadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo. In spite of all the siddhas and rishis blessing us, all these things have come, diseases and also war, and people are suffering in some parts of the world. It's all the expression of the whole humanity's consciousness, and of course it is Kali Yuga. So now another threat is coming in terms of war. So let's pray to give all those people good knowledge, and also get away from the sufferings of these people. And let's pray for them, so everything will happen. Everything is going to end up without any problem to many people. Let's pray again. Lord Bhairava, for this again 7 times with Babaji's blessings. Hopefully this war stops so soon, so that everything can come back to normalcy. With your deep mind and heart and soul, let's pray. The transcendental Kriya consciousness. 7 times. Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tanno Kala Bhairavaya Prachodayad. Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tanno Kala Bhairavaya Prachodayad. Om Swarnat Vijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tanno Kala Bhairavaya Prachodayad. Om Swarnat Vijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tanno Kala Bhairavaya Prachodayad. Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Shulahastaya Dhimahi Tanno Kala Bhairavaya Prachodayad. Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Shulahastaya Dhimahi Tanno Kala Bhairavaya Prachodayad. Today for our Sathsang, as all of you know, we have been going through Sivasutras in Tamil translation, and then we are trying to do in English translation again from those translated words. Okay, so the translator is Kanaga Subramaniam, and we are somewhere close to chapter 21. So let's review some of the sutras we talked about last class before we start that. Sivasutras.
So, the Sivasutras are sutras, total of 112 Sivasutras. This is where Lord Shiva became Kala Bhairava to impart the knowledge to Goddess Parvati, who was Kala Bhairavi, and all answering the questions by Goddess Parvati as posed by the questions. The different questions were what is the secret of the existence, what is the secret behind the Prapancham or the universe, what is the seed of this movement or cause of this movement, what is the movement, if the Prapancham, the Perandam is moving, what is the axle, what is the cause for the Aruvam and the non-physical nature moving and the outside looks, which is the physical nature? What is the energy behind all this? How can one go beyond time, distance, place, name, shape to attain enlightenment? And also, she requests Lord Shiva to help her understand this and enlighten her with the knowledge to clear out any doubts. Lord Shiva has been answering to Goddess Parvati to various sutras, and as we went through the different sutras, he was giving her the techniques of how Lord Shiva exists in the form of non-physical as well as in physical, and what techniques should be practiced by a common man. With a combination of these techniques, how to attain enlightenment. We have gone through 30 to 30 sutras, and the last 5 sutras were talked about in the last class. And this was where you can perform the techniques so that you can practice these techniques and also feel the awareness as you practice these techniques. You can do a combination of these techniques, or you can do the techniques individually and practice them. So sutra number 25 talked about the action, some action that is performed by the mind with full passion. This is the technique when you are performing an action with full passion. Please do it and then stop the action while doing it. This is called as Tampayukti, and within that, as you practice this Tampayukti, one can achieve awareness and therefore can focus on that awareness. That was Sutra number 25. Sutra number 26 talked about the keen desire. When one person has a keen desire, when it floods the mind and it forces you to follow that desire, please step back, observe the speed of the thoughts, and observe how the body or the mind reacts to that desire. Stop there for a moment, analyze this action deeply, and then throw away that desire and walk away. This sutra depicts mind control. Sutra number 27 talks about exertion of one's energy by the action that you are performing. You exert one's own energy to a point where you reach your height of tiredness, and then one can sit down and observe or feel the presence of the nadis pumping, or the presence of the atom, or the presence of all the cells in the body or the tissues. Feel that with complete awareness, with the body awareness. That was Sutra number 27. Sutra number 28 talked about one imagining oneself losing their strength, losing their knowledge is going down, and one has lost the strength and the knowledge and the intelligence, and thus has reached a childlike innocence. In that helpless state, when one is imagining there is no support in that helpless state, feel that state, become aware of that inner strength, and then go beyond that helplessness, and there is Annamaya Kosha. So basically 28 tells you that when you feel absolutely helpless in that state, feel that inner strength that pushes you to go ahead and go beyond that helplessness state in order to achieve that Annamaya Kosha. Sutra number 29 talks about childlike devotion. Practice childlike devotion. Practice the combination of jnana plus bhakti yoga in every object, including non-living objects. Have that childlike emotion and put the faith and trust in everyday objects, and look at them through bhakti. Look at them through having some belonging with them, and keep practicing that feeling. This kind of bhakti that you perform towards inanimate, non-living objects will give you freedom beyond oneself because one will go beyond one's own identity and accomplishments and be humble. That was Sutra number 29. Sutra number 30 talked about Kadavul, means be completely relaxed, no restrictions on the body or the mind, without any inhibitions, close one's eyes and be with one with you and the mind, and in that state observe all the different organs from head to toe, but not only outside, but also inside. Look at step by step how each cell performs, and then observe your thoughts, and one can realize what you are really made of. Practice this to gain some knowledge through reality of the physical body, mind, and thoughts. That was Sutra number 30.
Okay. So with that intro from the last week's Sutras, in fact, it's also called tantras, tantram, just like Tirumala has his tantras in Tirumantram. This is tantra number 31, or Sutras 31. We first read in Tamil and then translate in English, as usual. சாதாரண ஒரு கிண்ணத்தை முழுமையாய் பார், அதன் ஓரங்களையோ என்ன உலோகம் என்பதையோ ஆராய்ச்சியாய் பார்க்காமல் வெறுமனை பார். நேரம் பார்க்க பார்க்க புதிய புதிய தோற்றமாய் மாறுவதைப் போல் உணர்வாய். திடீரென்று நிகழ்கால விழிப்பு நிலைக்கு வா, அது கூட உனக்கு பிரபஞ்ச உணர்வை தோன்றுவிக்கும். So anything, any object, he's talking about any cup, any vessel, kinnam, right? Cup. முழுமையாக பார். You see only that, focus continuously only on that. Again, this is focusing on one single object. I think that's what Shiva is mentioning, Bhairava is mentioning. அதன் ஓரங்களையோ அது என்ன உலோகம் என்பதையோ ஆராய்ச்சியாக பார்க்காமல். So don't look at the give job to the intellect, looking at what kind of metal it is, and let me look at the sides, and what is it made of, and all those things. Don't make your intellect to further analyze. Just focus on only on the cup. நீண்ட நேரம் பார்க்க பார்க்க, if you look at carefully longer and longer, you will get new புதிதாக தோற்றமாய் new appearances will happen. New appearance will happen. புதிய தோற்றமாய் மாறுவதை உணர்வாய். Okay, so you will feel different appearances when you focus on that. And then suddenly come back to normalcy, விழிப்பு நிலை. Come back to விழிப்பு நிலை, come back to awareness, normal awareness. Come back to normal awareness quickly. Okay, உனக்கு பிரபஞ்ச விழிப்புணர்வை தோற்றுவிக்கும். So that will give the awareness of the Prabanja, it seems. So again, this technique to get the awareness of the Prabanja from a small object, like a cup. Okay, look at the cup, don't make your intellect to work to see what is made of, what is it, and all those stuff. Just look at it simply, and you'll get different appearances. Now suddenly stop looking at it, okay, and come back to the awareness, and that awareness suddenly will give you the knowledge of Prabanja. Okay, very, very subtle. In focusing on one object, we can achieve the awareness of the Prabanja also. Because remember, ultimately everything is made of the same thing, same energy and vibrations. So that is a possibility, you can get it. Okay, that's Sutra number 31. Okay, any questions in between, any other sutras, you can stop me and ask me too. Okay, any question on this?
Just walking to the flame, they ask you to look at the divam.
The flame divam also.
Or the mirror and keep doing that, focusing on that.
Right, focusing on it. Sometimes they even ask you to focus on your own image also, and with the mirror. Or divam also. Now the Valalar's meditation is on divam.
On divam.
Yeah, so they also do that also too. Okay, again focusing for a long period of time. Okay, any other question? There's you can stop in between also. Tantra number 32. Okay, 32. Now we talked about object, cup, and here is different imagination. Tantra 32, ஒரு அழகான நபரை முதன்முறையாக பார்க்கும் பொழுது எத்தனை வியப்புடன் புத்துணர்ச்சியுடன் குழந்தைத்தனமாய் பார்க்கிறாய். நீ நாள்தோறும் பார்க்கும் சாதாரண பொருளையும் முதன்முறையாக பார்ப்பது போல் வியப்பாய் பார், புத்துணர்ச்சியுடன் பார், குழந்தைத்தனமாய் பார். Okay. So somebody handsome or somebody beautiful, even a child, innocence, beautiful child. When you look at it, then you get a little surprise, and also you get new energy. All of you know that. Some sort of awareness and some sort of happiness, some sort of excitement you get, right? Which is natural to many of us. And with innocence, you look at them. So when you're looking at this, all right, so just focus on that. The same awareness, same excitement, same happiness, same new feelings, right? With the surprise, the same thing, focus on it. All right, so you look at like a child's innocence. Child's innocence, look at the beauty, like a nature. Okay, and there's one other technique he's giving. Or a person who is handsome, or a child with innocence, a beautiful child. You look at that and focus on it, and you will have a new awareness, puttunarchi, and you will have a surprise. With the surprise and awareness, you look at them like a child's look, without any discrimination, without using the intellect. Just look at only, go through your feelings only. I think that's what Lord Bhairava is asking us to do. Go through your feelings. Just focus on the feelings. Don't make intellect to work. Okay, so again, put the intellect down. Of course, we cannot live without the intellect and analysis, but put it away a little bit, and then look at only with the feelings, work on it. Okay, that's what this tantra is saying. Okay, tantra number 32. We're looking at a person focusing. Okay, or looking at an innocent baby focusing. Okay, so that's it on 32. Questions on this? Let me know. Instead of looking at an object, we are looking at a person. Okay. All right. Let's go to Tantra number 33. தவழ்ந்து செல்லும் மேகங்களை தாண்டி பறந்து நிற்கும் நீலவானத்தை பார், the blue sky. வெறுமனே பார், முடிந்தவரை இமைக்காமல் பார், மோரில் திரண்ட வெண்ணெய் போல் நீயும் அந்த நீலவானத்தால் திரட்டப்பட்ட உணர்வை பெறுவாய். ஆழ்ந்த அமைதியான ஏகாந்தத்திற்குள் நுழைவாய். So Lord Bhairava is asking us to look at the sky. நுழைந்து செல்லும் மேகங்களை தாண்டி, you can see a lot of clouds, but you see beyond the clouds. So I think the best time to look at it is when there is no clouds, pure, clean blue sky. Okay, நீலவானத்தை பார். So you are looking at the blue sky completely. வெறுமனே பார், just with the empty look. Don't try to see what is it made of, how the color comes out. Nothing. Just with the empty look. Again, as I said before, no intellectual analysis here. Just look at the blue sky. முடிந்தவரை இமைக்காமல் பார், as much as possible. Don't இமைக்காமல் எப்படி சொல்றது?
Don't blink.
Don't blink. Don't close your eyes. Just without blinking, just focus on. Okay, focus on a little longer period of time. நீலவானத்தை பார், blue sky. முடிந்தவரை இமைக்காமல் பார், மோரில் திரண்ட வெண்ணெய் போல் நீயும் அந்த நீலவனத்தால் திரட்டப்பட்ட உணர்வை பெறு. மோரில் திரண்ட வெண்ணெய் போல். So just like you get the ghee from the butter, right?
Butter from the buttermilk.
Yeah, but from the buttermilk, it's in the from the buttermilk you get the butter, right? முடிந்தவை இமைக்க மோரில் திரண்ட வெண்ணெய் போல் நீயும் அந்த நீலவானத்தால் திரட்டப்பட்ட உணர்வை. So the same way you will also get the feeling. வெண்ணெய் போல் நீயும் அந்த நீலவான. So because of the blue sky, you will also get to the inner awareness. உணர்வை பெறுக. ஆழ்ந்த, you will get the because of the blue sky, you will get the deep feeling. ஆழ்ந்த அமைதியான ஏகாந்தத்திற்கு நுழைவாய். So the blue sky, it seems you will have the feeling, if you look at it intensely, ஆழ்ந்த, deep, அமைதியான, peaceful, ஏகாந்தத்திற்குள், the பிரபஞ்ச ஏகாந்தம், the completeness, complete spread all over the universe, right? That kind of feeling you suddenly will get when you look at the blue sky. That's what they're saying. So essentially what Lord Bhairava is telling here, look at the blue sky deeply, without any intellectual analysis, just blindly. Look intensely for a long period of time, without blinking, as much as possible. Then you will have the same feeling of, naturally the blue sky is very quiet and in nature, and a very peaceful Yagandam, because it spreads all over the universe, right? So if you can imagine beyond that. So that kind of feeling you'll naturally get. The feeling will be like you get the butter from the buttermilk, same kind of feeling, right? From all the different thought combination, finally you get a single thought of only the blue sky, and then you get that depth of your feeling. I think it's not the depth of the intellect, depth of your feeling itself. We are going to go slowly. We're focusing on that. There's another technique Lord Bhairava is telling. Any question on this? Okay. So let's go to 34. எப்போதாவது உன் அறிவுக்கு எட்டாத ஆழ்ந்த அனுபவ உண்மைகளை யாரேனும் உபதேசிப்பதை கேட்க இருந்தால், நிலை குத்திய கண்களுடன் ஆழமாய் கூர்மையாய் கேள். உபதேசிப்பவரின் அந்த அனுபவ அலை உன்னுள் பாய நீ பளீரென முழு விடுதலை உணர்வை அடைவாய். So when somebody is giving satsang, or somebody is giving any explanation on anything, right? So sometimes you will feel some of them is beyond your knowledge. அறிவுக்கு எட்டாத ஆழ்ந்த அனுபவம். See, the person who is talking is from his own deep experiential truth he's giving, and you can't understand it, right? You can't understand how. I can relate this to my own experience. When I say what I have experienced, that awareness of, can you say, out-of-body experience, right? Out-of-body experience, which I have been myself. When people don't understand that, right? So they can't understand because they haven't gone through that feeling. They don't understand. Things like that. That's an example. So when somebody is giving out-of-body experience, how it feels, you won't have the normal person will not have the awareness because they haven't gone through. But he's the other person explaining. Things like that. அறிவுக்கு எட்டாத ஆழ்ந்த அனுபவ உண்மைகள். The deep truth, but for your intellect, there is nothing to touch it, right? That kind of truth. When somebody is explaining, if you happen to hear that, don't worry about not understanding. Just focus on that person. குத்திய கண்களுடன் ஆழமாய். So you have to focus intensely onto that person alone. கூர்மையாக கேள். Very sharply look at that person. Deeply look at that person. Okay? உபதேசிப்பவர் அந்த அனுபவ அலை உன்னுள் பாய. So the person who is teaching or giving satsang, when that kind of experience is coming, if you do this deeply, if you look at that person, the experiential wave of that person will come to you. The experiential wave of that person will come to you. It's like a blink. Suddenly you will get the awareness from that person, because he is talking about from the deep feeling that comes to you also when you look at it. I think vibrational connection, I think that's what he's talking about, because that person is talking from deep vibration, deep connection, and when you look at it intensely, naturally you will get the connection also, the complete awareness, complete freedom, complete mental freedom. I think Bhairava is talking about ultimately the connection between that person and you, because when the person is talking about deep feeling and awareness, we're all, you also get the same thing. See, remember, ultimately we're all connected to each other. So when somebody is there for the deep feeling they are talking about, you'll also get connected, right? We're all, first of all, we're all non-physical being. When you go beyond physical, when you go non-physical, we're all connected. And particularly when you go deep and deep with awareness, naturally we get connected together. So that's why intentionally, sharply, Lord Bhairava has put so many adjectives. And you look at that person, Nilai Kundra, your eyes should be very focused, deep, sharp, right? So that kind of adjective you give. Naturally, these are all some of the adjectives given to the non-physical soul. So you get the vibration of the person. And suddenly you get the awareness and complete freedom from the so-called slavery mind to a physical body. You get the awareness, freedom, and suddenly you get that awareness. So, அறிவுக்கு எட்டாத ஆழ்ந்த அனுபவம், something which is beyond your intellect. So most of the time, when it goes beyond intellect, we just ignore it, right? We don't go deep into that person's thing, but avoid that. So just that time, just focus on that person deeply and sharply sharply and deeply, and with the eyes focused on that person. So that anubhava alai, the experiential wave will hit you. So don't ignore it. Just look at that person intensely. You will get the awareness, the waves. It's amazing things. And sometimes when some of the words of Babaji in some of his writings and books, when I see we don't understand it. And this is a good practice to do. That time, just look at Babaji's eyes very deeply and read those words. I think that will give us, because there are these siddhas and saints. They are all explaining this with a deep awareness, with the experience. So with that humbleness, if you look at carefully with those, their eyes or physical body along with reading it, then you will get the awareness quickly. Either the person who is preaching or to some jnani's image when you're reading that. So that will definitely help you to understand. I remember one of my gurus, or one of the people I follow, when I was talking to him, I used to ask him how we can interpret some of the Siddha's poems, which is very difficult to interpret, right? They're giving it double meaning, triple meanings, and I have some of his books. And he will always say, you just go deeply into their image, their teachings, to meditate on them, right? And then you get the explanation. Like Tirumula's Tirumandram, some of them are very difficult to understand. So you meditate on Tirumula, meditate on Shivavakya, meditate on Bogar, and then read their poems. Then you get the understanding. Then he start writing the explanation. So that's what he used to do. And he wrote some of the books from Korakar, which is very difficult to interpret. Korakar Chandra. He wrote the book. So they now that's what this sutra is talking about. This tantra. And if you don't understand, which is beyond your intellect, just focus on them, pray to them, and request them to understand the meaning, the humbleness. You'll get a flash of understanding, and that's what it is. Very very deep tantra and sutra for some of the things we can't understand, because we have because they are all meditating years and years together. That experience, if you look at Trimula, the one mantra for 1 year of meditation. Can you imagine the power of that Tirumantram? So with that, with the normal consciousness, awakening consciousness, we're trying to understand and read, it is definitely impossible. So this technique, I think, will help a lot on understanding some of those Siddha's poems also. Or somebody who is preaching, somebody who is Sathsang and giving with his own experience and everything. You don't understand? Just focus on the person. You will get the vibration. Okay?
It can be misused also, right? Depending on the guru who's giving the teaching. Remember, we're talking about different kind of gurus.
Yeah, but then if it is a truth, it is going to be.
It can be a form.
If it is a truth, it will be. If it is untruth, it won't hit you. Remember, we are talking about the ultimately each and every soul there is a truth embedded, right? But maybe it just doesn't come out because of the imprints outside. It may come out, but the connection, because you are looking at it with a good intention, right? So good vibration will come out. So, and eventually, remember in Siddha's poems, even though we talk about awareness, give importance, awareness, again, intellectually you're going to analyze it also. Unless you experience, don't even follow.
That's why, because a lot of people follow the blind
Right,
faith.
right.
And
Don't
they
go
get
blind faith
consumed.
alone.
Yeah, they get consumed with this kind of awareness as they're talking.
Yeah,
So
and then
they
eventually
just
you have to use
blindly
it.
follow that. That's where it could lead to problems.
Yeah. See, now you have to differentiate between looking and understanding certain things and following whatever he says right or wrong. There's a difference there. So you're not following that person blindly. You're just getting you're using this technique to get your awareness up, to get the freedom, not to
Not to
follow him.
Not to follow it. Okay, now I see the difference.
Yeah. So these techniques are designed by Lord Bhairava, different techniques to awaken your own Almighty within you.
Ultimately, when you talk, when you look at a person, your awareness is getting better, and then he says, dwell on that one, not on what the person is saying, but dwell on your own awareness you reach when you focus on the person intently.
Yeah. Okay. Suppose a scientist says something, we don't understand it. But because of experience and experiments and awareness, research is telling all this. So you focus on that person and then try to get it. The awareness get. So that doesn't mean you are going to fall.
What he's
that's what he's meaning. Yeah.
Okay, now I get the real story.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Is that focus on your awareness rather than what they are saying. But as you intently listen, you're focusing on your awareness.
Immediately you will get you're connected and then you understand.
Okay.
And also you think. So
okay, now I get that.
அறிவு கெட்டால் ஆழ்ந்த எப்போதாவது any knowledge he says.
Correct.
But it doesn't come to you. Albert Einstein said theory of relativity. You won't understand E equivalence. How can he connect with the speed of light and an object? You don't understand. So look at his image or look at the way he's speaking and focus on it. You will get to it. Okay. So any truth, right? That doesn't mean you're going to follow his lifestyle or whatever.
So that's the difference. Okay.
That's a difference, deep difference right there.
Okay.
And of course, people do abuse some of these behavior, some of these natural happenings because they ask you to look at them intensely and then put the vibrations and all those. So this happen. But remember, Siddha's techniques never go behind one person without deep analysis, deep understanding, intellectual analysis. And you will easily understand yes or no, and because nature is driving you everybody towards spiritual evolution. So when somebody is trying to make you slave or to follow them sincerely, that means they're not giving the real truth. The real guru will be the person who makes your make guru to get awakened. Remember, there are Sor Guru and make guru. I always tell many of Sathsang. Sor Guru is somebody who's telling, interpreting, and giving, just like me and Baba's writings. But make guru is something inside each and every person. That is the real guru. That is the one which is going to ultimately take you. Right? Make guru. So that you have to follow that. You have to follow that make guru. Awaken, but you can take these steps tools. Right? Don't give up yourself completely to any person, right? Anybody, any teachings. And you can easily see that. That doesn't mean we are giving complete ourselves to Babaji because we know very well where he is and what he's doing, and he has shown. But anybody who's still alive with the human body experience and everything, you can use them as a stepping stone. You can get their tools, techniques. But being a slave, being there, people always want. It's always there in all the Siddharth books, the Siddharth poems. So we have to be very, very careful. Many other things happening in the modern world. Yeah, that's a problem. And you can't get out, and then so many things are happening. But yes, they are all, if they are getting some experience and everything, use us as a tools. Whatever techniques they are giving, use us as tools for spiritual evolution. And you don't need to be a slave to whatever they say. You can ask questions, you can get the answers. Only that kind of guru is a real guru. One who awakens your own main guru. That is why Siddhas have these two terms all the time. So guru, main guru. Main guru is within yourself. Main means true guru. So guru means with words and techniques and given by those people. I think you hope you understand the difference there. People get misunderstood sometimes. How are you doing with the time? Okay. Vidada, how are you? எப்படி உங்களுக்கு எதுவும் கொஸ்டின் இருக்காதோ? Are you okay?
இது question இல்லைங்க மனோகர்.
Okay.
Doing good, thank you.
Thank you. All right. எத்தனை பண்ணணும்?
34, you're on 35.
Okay. So that is Sutra number 34. So when the Sutra number 34, eventually try to look at something you don't understand and then focus. Because of the nature of the Prabanja universe, you do get the vibration from the other person, and that will make you understand. Because you can apply this for any kind of knowledge also and find out. Again, remember, these are all techniques and tools. All right, 35. Tantra 35. ஆழமான கிணற்றின் விளிம்பில் நின்று அல்லது ஆழமான பள்ளத்தாக்கின் விளிம்பில் நின்று இந்த ஆழத்தை அனுபவிப்பார். Oh my goodness. வியப்பும் பய உணர்வும் மாறி மாறி போட்டிக்கொண்டு தோன்றும். பயம் கரையட்டும், ஆச்சரியம் நிலைக்கட்டும். ஆழம் நிறைந்த அந்த ஆச்சரியம் ஆழமான ஞானத்தை மலர வைக்கும். Oh my goodness. Okay, so this Tantra 35 looks like a little dangerous. It's still, let me explain that. ஆழமான கிணற்றின் விளிம்பில். Okay, so you see a well, which is very, very deep, right? You are standing on the top of it, looking at it. You're looking at the depth, all right? Well, which is very deep, and you're looking at the tip. Nindru, you're standing there. Okay, you can fall this side or that side. Alladu, or instead of well, it can be ஆழமான பள்ளத்தாக்கு, valley. It can be a deep valley, right? பள்ளத்தாக்கு. And then you are standing on the top of the hill. You see the deep valley. And the ஆழத்தை அனுபவிப்பார். Look at intensely the depth. The depth of the well or depth of the valley. Intensely, all right? So what do you get? You get the surprise, first of all. Secondly, people like me definitely get the feeling of fear. Those who have the height fear, you may get it. Yeah, but some I've seen many people don't. Some people don't even get any fear. They just and some people say 10th floor. You just sit on the thing and you get the excitement, right? And you don't get scared. But yeah, some people have this scary feeling also. A little bit of scariness will be there all the time, but then you manage because you know that you are safe. So two kind of feelings will appear. One is surprise, another one is fear. These two feelings will come alternatively. போட்டிக்கொண்டு தோன்றும். So they'll come again. Out of these two feelings, bayam கரையட்டும். Put the fear away. Okay, put the fear away because you're anyway in a comfortable sitting position, a standing position. You're not going to jump. You're okay. All right, don't throw away that fear. ஆச்சரியம் நிலைக்கட்டும். That it's a surprise, right? Stay with the surprise. ஆழம் நிறைந்த அந்த ஆச்சரியம், the surprise which is deep. See, it's only an example, right? So you are taking the depthness you have got, you're seeing, only that makes you to get into the depth of yourself. Okay? ஆழமான ஞானத்தை மலர வைக்கும். The jnana, which is at the depth within yourself, will flower in the technique. Okay? You know what? I think I have noticed and I have to be surprised why they use this technique. In one of those Tao people in China, Taoism people who follow Chinese, when they do meditation, I have seen them meditating on the top of the valley. It's very, very deep. Then they will sit on the stone. Beyond that is only they will fall down deep. So with the awareness, they will be meditating. I used to wonder why they go to that place. Now this Sutra explains that very clearly. And also I have seen people meditating in front of a cobra, live cobra. Because if you turn away your attention, that move too. But as long as intentionally looking at it, don't do anything. It does also look at you. So that is like scary in nature, right? Scary at the same time surprise. And all this technique, now I understand why they do it. Because that the scariness and that surpriseness, that depth, you're meditating on that. So you're going to the depthness of yourself, your own thing. You can see in the YouTube, there are a lot of videos like that. People who are meditating in China. And what is it? Javelina. It's a place called for that. Javelin. இதை அவங்க ஞாபகம் இருந்தால் சொல்லுங்க. You can even javelins. It ends up with Lin. In that place, there's a big ashram-like structure they have. All of these people will be practicing kung fu and this and that. Again, these are all established by, if you look at Yaramari movie, these are established by Tasutun, who is our Vijayvarman Yaramala Kampanga. He was the one who established all this Taoism and one of his Buddhist techniques. This is one of the Buddhist techniques they do. I think this is where they might have gotten from. But so you are going to, essentially, the sutra says, the tantra says, you are going to enhance your fear and surprise at a point. Where do you get the fear and surprise? At the top of a deep well, or at the top of a hill, where you have a deep valley, a mountain, deep valley. You're looking at it, it's a surprise and fear, and then you throw away the fear off, the surprise, and with that, focus on it, and then the depthness within you will flower. This is one of the techniques I have seen some ancients have used it. And also I remember one of the Babaji's, I think I've told you before, this is also in Yogananda's autobiography, Yogananda too, where this guy, this prince, is a king actually, king of a land. He will throw away the monarchy, and he will come to Babaji to get initiation. And Babaji will refuse to give it to him. He won't give it to him. And then he adamantly will keep on asking, sitting there for a long period of time. And Babaji will say, you have a lot of imprints and you have done so many things as a king, and so I can't do it. The only way I can see, you have to remove completely your body and all the imprints, then come to me, then I'll do it. And I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to get rid of the body. I don't know how to get rid of the feelings. Babaji will ask him to jump from the cliff to die. If you can do it, you can remove the body and you can. That's why I immediately jump, without not even a single thought. You immediately jump, and his body was splashed away in different, like a fragments. And Babaji will come down, put his body back together. He'll come back, and then he'll take it to ashram and then he'll initiate it. He's still there in Alamang and all his followers, and we're meditating. So there are people like that. So that the fear and the surprise, right? It is there, and that is one of the ways he tested that king. And so I think that also helps. It seems, looks like the fear and the surprise. Time is done. Okay. So I'm going to stop with 35. Some of the techniques are simple, some of the techniques are deep, some of it scary, right? So many, just to kindle your, I think, the feelings, to kindle awareness, because we are beyond intellect. But one of the things we have as a tool is our feelings, awareness. That's through which we are going deep and deep now. We're not talking about the normal awareness. We are deep in the depth of the awareness. Okay, I think that's what it says. So I'm going to stop here. Any questions so far for you? உங்களுக்கு அது இருக்கா? Okay. Let's finish today's satsang then with this. And we have to 35. Again, thanks to Babaji. Thanks to him, we are getting these Sivasutras. Again, thanking him. Let's do the Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Yanavasima Mavayana Sisiya Namava Vashimayana Om Shivaya Namah Yanavasima Mavayana Sisiya Namava Vashimayana Om Shivaya Namah
Mavayana Sisiyanamava Vashimayana Om
Shivaya Namah
Yanavashima 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 Mavayana Sisiyanamava Vashimayana
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Kriya.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Thank you, Manohar Jayshree. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You
Mira.
too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.